Hello there. I just want to show you what I'm doing here today. I'm making this little doll, and what I did was I cut out the two pieces out of felt, and I cut them out together, the front and the back, so that they would be exactly the same. And so I decorated. This is going to be a blue jean fellow, and he's got his blue jeans on, and I just slow stitched with just a little bit of just a stitching. There's no particular kind of stitching. And then just a simple face on this one, which I used the denim here. I put a patch on his knee and put just some printed cotton fabric there. And then this is the bib in his bib overalls. And then the back, this is the back of his blue jeans, and the back of his shirt, which is just all slow stitched on there. And slow stitching is no particular stitch; it's just stitch. And then I took a piece of just this here. It was a piece of pink felt, and I just added this yarn. It's so pretty, and it's just a fluffy yarn, and I use that to make him some hair. And I like that hair. I think this will look good when he's done. And so now I'm just blanket stitching around the edge. I'll go all the way around with that, and I'm going all the way around with that. And then once I get it once I get all around just the, see, I started up here above by his neck, and then went around the one leg, and then I went around the other leg, and now, one arm, then I went around this one leg, and now I'm going around the next leg. When I get finished, when I get up to, probably when I get up to his waist, is when I'll stop stitching, and I will then start stuffing. That's when I'll start putting the stuffing in, and then he's going to start really showing some form. And these kind of little silly dolls are this one here is probably going to be the least silly of what I've made so far just this week. And I've done a bit this week. I've done a few little dolls, and then I've did my Miss Bojangles bunny, Bougie bunny, and she still can use a little bit more work, but she can still use a little bit more work, and I'll work on her too. But it's this is the way I work. I don't ever complete one thing before starting another, or I should say I very rarely do. I've got so many things in progress, but it's fun. It's fun. It keeps me busy. It keeps me occupied, and I have got all the time in the world now to stay occupied, now that my family has moved in with me, because now they take over they've pretty much taken over all the domestic things in the house. And so that gives me so much time. My daughter-in-law tells me that I've already done mine, so it's time now to sit back and do whatever else I do, and they'll take care of things, anything domestic related. Which every once in a while I do get out there, only because I do get in the kitchen and maybe work in the kitchen a little bit or something, but not that. I do my own laundry, and I have my own bedroom and bathroom that I take care of that. I don't let them in there. I mean, they have said they'll do that too, but I said no. I got to do something on my own, and so it's been good. My health is doing good, and my health is actually better now since they've come in than what it was, and that's mainly because I eat better, and I'm not so apt to just snack all day and not have a real meal. So that's good. So it's all good, and of course, by having the children around, they keep you young. So I like that too. Although today now I'm feeling like I have a half of a sore throat. Just one side of my throat feels sore. But not that bad though. Nothing to write home about. So I'm getting now almost to the waist of the stitching of on his blue jeans, and then I'm going to start stuffing. I won't finish this whole thing right here on this here video, but I want to get some done. We're going to watch a movie tonight. We have movie night tonight, and I guess we're going to watch Iron Man movie. So that's what's on the slate for tonight. Tonight's movie night. Okay, now I got that stitched right up to his waist. Let's see, so now I'm going to go and get do I have some stuffing right here? Do I have some stuffing right here? No, I don't. I got to go get me a handful. I'll pause. Okay, I went to the other room and got some stuffing. I have a cushion in there that it got a hole in it. It was one of those cushions that you can, I went ahead and added my hair, but one of them cushions that you can get and use like on your bed if you're sitting in the bed to read, and it kind of makes a back of a chair. Well, it had popped a hole in it, and once it popped a hole in it, I realized it was full of this here stuffing. And so rather than to buy rather than to buy a bag of polyfill, I'm just going to use this up, and this will be perfect. This will work perfect for what I need it for. And so then I'm going to use this. It's a bobbin for something. Old as Hadles, you know? Okay. Well, I'm going to use that to help me stuff. And so I'm going to now, excuse the way I dress, I'm weird. I'm going to start stuffing. Let me see, that needle will be just fine right there. I'm going to just start stuffing because now I've got both legs are stitched around in one arm. So then I'm going to just start. One thing I like about this is that it's just, you can just pull it apart so easy into small pieces. And then when I'm stuffing, I can just stuff a little small piece here and there. And this little bobbin thing works so good to push it down into small places, especially if you're making small dolls. And I was doing the silliest thing yesterday. I was I wasn't sure of when I first started this channel, so I was looking at my old videos and I see it's been 10 years that I started this, and which I didn't start it as anything to become like a millionaire or anything, but I just started it just for fun. And but then as I was looking at some of the videos, I said, man, I gotta watch some of these, because even though I've done this before, I don't remember how I did some of these things. Some of the things I didn't even remember doing, period. Now, wait a minute, I just dropped my poker. Thanks goodness I got my squishers here so I can pick things up. Okay, see? Now look at how already, see how the stuffing getting in there is making his, maybe I should pull my dress down even though I've got breeches on. Yeah, I dress kind of weirdish. But, you know, one of the things is I've made is little worry dolls. And I said, oh, that'll be a fun thing to do again, to for Aria to make too, because they're very simple, the little worry dolls. And so I'm gonna do that probably pretty soon, because now I just feel like making dolls again. And I got away from dolls for a while and doing other things, and then when you don't think about it, well, then when I seen Sue's from Crowfire, why can I remember the next part of her name? I seen her doing the dolls, and oh my gosh, it just got me back into doing dolls again. Okay, so now I have her arm, or his arm, stuffed, and the little legs. And look at how cute that is. I think it's cute as ever. And so now that I have that much done, I'm going to go ahead and then start, since I've got that much already stuffed, now I'm going to continue on. I wanted to do that part first, and then when I get all the way around this arm to its neck, then all I have to do is his body part and his one arm, and then the rest of it's done. I mean, or the of his bottom part. Then I'll stitch the head together, and then I'll stuff his head. And now he's going to get more hair on, but it's going to be after I stitch this part closed. And then he's also going to get the straps on his overalls that are going to go from the bib here, and then it'll go cross over in the back. And so those I'll get done after he's completely stuffed and breathing, you know. Stuffed and breathing. So I'll continue on with this just to get this part of it stitched. I have to bring something with me into the movie area. I can't watch a movie even without doing something. And so what I think I'm going to do, something I can concentrate on the movie and still do what I want to do, is I want to make some Dorset buttons. And so I can just bring the rings out there with me, and the rings and the embroidery floss, and just do the first part of a Dorset button or two, while I'm watching the movie. Unless I have a child in my lap. Well, if I have a child in my lap, which sometimes I get lucky enough to have a child in my lap, and if I do that, then I probably won't need to have a crafty thing to do. And so, yeah, that'll be fun. And while I'm watching Iron Man. So, oh. It'd be better than sitting here watching my crime videos. I don't know why I get on watching them crime videos. But there's some I can't watch. I watched like trials. It's very interesting to watch the trials to find out, exactly how these lawyers work. Now I'm watching the one that has to do with the movie that Alec Baldwin was in, and somebody got accidentally shot. So I want to watch that, and I want to find out. So I've been watching that trial. Then there's another trial that's going to come up with some guy. He murdered all three of his sons, little sons. They were ages like 5, 6, and 7 or something, little. But I will not watch that one. That one I will not watch. There's no way that I can watch and see somebody trying to defend. I don't know how some people even want to be a defense attorney, but I guess everybody's innocent till proven guilty. But no, gosh. So I'm not going to be watching that one. That one's, I mean, the first video I watched, or live trial I watched was who was them two? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That was interesting to watch. Actually, that was kind of entertaining to watch. And that's when I got interested, mainly to see just how these lawyers work, these attorneys work, and what's allowed to be shown and what's allowed. There's some things that you're not allowed to say and or do in these trials. And it's kind of interesting. But then it comes down to a jury trial is a jury of your peers are actually the ones that's going to decide. They're the ones that decide. So I do think that's a pretty good way of doing things. Okay, now I've got up around his arm. Now this arm is finished. It's stick that needle in there, and now I'll just stuff some more of this stuffing down his throat. It could be a her too. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it a him or a her. This one might be. This one might be good enough to send out as one of my Scrappy Pals prizes. This might be. I don't want to send out things that aren't worth too much, but I think this one would be. Because I think it's cute already, and I don't want them to be real spooky and send them out, And so, but I think this one might turn out to be cute enough to send out. I got a couple things I'm getting ready to send out to Scrappy Pals. I sent out a few things, but I have a hard time of judging whether or not it's good enough to be sent out. But see, now his whole body is stuffed. His arms, and it's tightly stuffed too, so it's kind of heavy. And I think everybody who has has joined to be a supporter of my channel. You guys are amazing, and the support is very much helpful. And I have, and then I didn't even know, something I didn't even know was possible is some people, even in the comments, are leaving me a tip here and there. And that's very helpful. That's how I was able to get even this microphone, is because somebody left me something in the in the in the comments. And I don't even know how that's done, but it's done. It happens. And I appreciate that so much. I've had a couple ladies have sent me a donation in the mail, and even though you haven't hit the join and become a Scrappy Pal, your name still goes in to my Scrappy Pal names. They're still in there, and that's where I can draw from for my winners. But I do believe that this guy will end up going as a prize. So we'll see how that goes. But even if it's a boy, it's still going to have this hair. I love this yarn for hair. I love it. It is just, I mean, I was going through some of my yarns, and like this, see how it's sort of like an eyelash trim almost? And then there's browns and blues in there. And them colors together like that, I think that's awesome. Okay, now, I always read something in my, at the end of my videos. And what I'm going to read today, gosh, my face. I'm worried about this one little spot on my nose. I hope it's not, because this scar here is because of the cancer that was there that they removed. And then now I got another spot just like was started, that spot. I just hope that's not what it is. But here, I got this in the mail today from my friend Shay Spillman. And you might have, you may have heard of her channel. She's got, let me see, did she write it on here? Sassy Granny Vlogs. She's got a little channel, and then she does some fun things on there. But I got this in the mail today from her, and she made a little card with sympathy. Now, it has been, this is just amazing, because it's already been almost 3 months since I've lost my daughter. And so my days are getting better, but I still have days that I get really deep into that little black hole thing. And so, and now today wasn't a really bad day, but today I was thinking more about this. And then my husband went out and got the mail, and there's a card. This card. But she hand wrote this sympathy card. And I want to read to you and what she did was she wrote some passages, scriptures from the Bible. And this card is always going to be very special to me. In fact, this one is going to go, I've got a snippet roll kind of thing that it's rolled up, and it's just got a whole bunch of things in there that are little mementos that I can go through them and see and think about my daughter, because I have to do that. Like my granddaughter, I was talking to my granddaughter a couple days ago, and we were talking about her mama, my daughter, and she goes, "I'm sorry I keep bringing it up." I said, "Please keep bringing it up. Please. I want to talk about her." Now, see, there's some that don't even want to talk about her now. Because she's gone, they don't want to talk about her. I want to talk about her every day, all day long. I don't think that's a bad thing. But anyway, this card. She wrote, "Lizzie, God is with you. He will get you through this. And then she writes down some of the verses. She wrote Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And then from Revelation 21, chapter 21, verse 4, it says, And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. That one right there. And I hadn't really read that one before, but I like that. Then Psalms 147, chapter 147, verse 3 says, He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. And then Matthew 5, chapter 5, verse 4, Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. And then in Psalms 23, chapter 23, verse 4, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. And although that is one that is a very popular verse, I hadn't really thought about that one, but that is very good. And she says, your friend Shay, Sassy Granny Vlogs in YouTube. And that card, she took the time to write each one of those verses down. And she put the images of the beautiful flowers here and a beautiful hummingbird here with flowers, and then the butterfly up here. She just did in the last few months, she had done a diamond dot with the hummingbirds in it, which was absolutely gorgeous. And but thank you so much, Shay. And she also sent me a little calling card. I love the little calling cards. And on there she wrote, Do unto others what you would have them do unto you, Lizzie Brewer. And then she's got on there a unicorn, says one of a kind. So thank you so much for this. And I'm going to put that in my scroll that I keep just for memories of my daughter. That I've gotten many cards, but for some reason this one is very, very touching. So thank you. So that's my reading. And I ask God to watch over each and every one of you, every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen. And He's going to watch over you every step you take and every move you make. God bless. Now think about making a little silly doll. It's just silly, that's all. Okay, God bless.